Okay, it's a beautiful day today. It's really nice outside. The baby was sleeping, but now she's awake. Yeah, I hit my areas here on my truck with 80 grit, and I hit it with some etch primer. Shopline's etch primer is a transparent etch primer, and yep, I gave her shit. I ran her in a couple of spots. Don't give a fuck. It's all gonna be hidden, never gonna be seen, and it's corrosion protection. So I just gave her hell. I got my epoxy primer mixed up over there, and yeah. I got all this with 80 grit on my DA and blew her out real good, and hit her with the etch there. Hit her on the back side there with the etch. I scuffed the inside of my repair panels with 80 grit, and I gave them a light coat of etch, and they're going to get a coat of epoxy inside. I know they have that factory e-coating from the aftermarket company, whoever made those panels, but I'm not trying to do this again ever, so I scuffed her up, and then, you know, when you scuff up that thin ass shit that they put on it there, little bits of metal shows through, so I hit it with some etch. I'm going to hit it with epoxy, and then when I make my spot welds, I'll grind out, you know, I'll clean it up so I'm not welding through that shit. But I'd rather do it nice than do it twice, so it's all getting hit with the fucking epoxy and etch. I think when I epoxy this, I'm going to go out and just redo like almost this half of the floor with the epoxy. Just spray it over it really quick. Spray all these areas with epoxy. Back here I'm going to spray with epoxy. Everything. Because like I said, I ain't trying to do this again, and I don't want that goddamn rust to come back. So that's what I'm up to. And tonight I'm going to be heading to Scranton. I'm going to take Sean with me too. And we're going just to get dickered. One of my good best friends, like Sean, from high school there. He lives in Scranton, and he has a band. He's the lead singer in his band, and they're pretty good. They go around to the bars and they do covers, and they have their own original songs too. Joe's a really good songwriter. He's a pretty damn good vocalist too. But yeah, I might take the camera and show you guys what the fuck we're gonna be doing tonight. I'm sure it'll be fun because we're just gonna go to get dickered. I'm gonna drive to Scranton. I'm gonna see if I can hop a ride with my buddy, because I don't think he gets liquored up when he does his shows, and that way I won't have to drive. Sean won't have to drive, and I don't know. We'll let the camera roll, see what happens. But yeah. Let me get to shooting some epoxy and I'll turn you back on. Okay, epoxy sprayed. Whoa, came out pretty good there. Can't complain about her too much. I didn't run my epoxy. Everything got 2 nice coats of epoxy inside all the panels, on top of the etch. Yeah. Back here, and like I said, I did this half of the floor, and yeah, got 2 coats all inside the cab corner, all the way down the inner structure to the rocker there. Yep. Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry for a while, go in the house, the baby's calling me, and maybe I'll be able to get back out here and get my panels in the place where I want them to weld them, but I'm not sure. The baby usually doesn't let me get too much work done during the day, and tonight I'm not going to be around, so this might just be the way it stays until tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But I'll turn you guys on when I get a chance.